So does that justify everything that you do?
Excuse me, let me tell you something. What do you think they were doing it for? Because they were trying to save us from poverty? No, they did it because they needed us. It's honor and family and loyalty. And some of us wanted a piece of the action. Now, we weren't educated like the Americans, but we had the balls to take what we wanted.
Hello again, everyone, and welcome to another live edition of On The Go right here on Drive It to the Top Productions and Dirty South Entertainment. I'm your host, DJ Dirty South himself, Marky Mark. It's Marcus. How's everybody doing today on this hump day? It is April 8th, 2026. Hope you guys had a wonderful Easter Sunday. Enjoyed the weekend with family, enjoying your spring break. You know, don't really feel like spring break outside. It was like freeze. It was like freaking cold the other day. Got warm yesterday. A little bit of everything today. But we're going to have a fun show tonight. You know what to do. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. You can find me on X at DirtySouthENT_. Follow me on Facebook, Instagram. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. On The Go, you can find on Instagram at OnTheGo_TXLA. Drive to the Top Productions. Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and X, of course. This show is presented by Poggers and Rogue Energy. Pick your poison, whether you want the gaming drink or the vitamin supplement of this show. Go to poggers.shop or go to rogueenergy.com or download Rogue Energy on any mobile device. There's the promo code right there. OTG will get you 10% off of your order with the you choose. We got a good stack show today. I feel like when we get towards May and stuff, I may just have nothing but baseball to talk about, mainly H-Town stuff. But we're going to keep it rolling. Before I get to any H-Town talk, let me just give some congrats. Well, first I want to send my condolences. You saw at the beginning. We lost a Louisiana legend on Monday in a car accident. Gerald Patio, formerly from Rain, Louisiana, which is about an hour away from down here. He passed away on Saturday, the day before Easter. He passed away at 60 years old, just about 3 weeks before his 61st birthday. He died in a car accident in his hometown at 60. He was supposed to be 61 in a couple weeks. Known for as a basketball star down here, you know, a Rain alma mater, Rain Wolves. Shout out to Rain, Louisiana, Frog Capital, Frog Festival. He played his college career. Well, he started at Kilgore College in Texas and then took it to Seminole State in Oklahoma, but got recruited to go play Division I basketball at UNLV in Vegas, University of Nevada at Las Vegas from 1986 to 88. Helped bring the Rebels to a Final Four in 87. And got to play it in his home state. Got to play the Final Four in the Superdome where they fell short against Indiana. But he got drafted in the NBA by the Boston Celtics in 1988. He played career with the Celtics, but he had a legendary career. He was well known playing for the Seattle Supersonics when they were still a team. He also played with the New York Knicks and at the time the Washington Bullets before they were the Wizards. So he's been around the NBA. He's also played for some minor league teams and whatnot. He's coached college ball. He's coached minor league ball. So he's going to be missed. My condolences go to his family, the city of Rain, you know, everyone that's been in connection with him. Rest in peace to the one and only Gerald Patio from not far from here. But speaking of basketball, we're going to go ahead and just kind of wrap up the talk. March Madness is officially over, and we got some national champions. Let's start with the men's. Let's big congratulations to the Michigan Wolverines winning their second national championship in college basketball, their first since 1989, months before I was born. That's how long it's been. But let's recap this Final Four real quick. Go back to Saturday. Michigan moved on, defeating Arizona 91-73 to play UConn, who eliminated Illinois 71-62. Hell of a game on Monday night, but it went to Michigan. It was a 1-2 matchup. Michigan got the win 69-63. Hell of a game between the Wolverines and the Huskies. Congratulations to Michigan winning their second overall. UConn, I know it's been a rough weekend. Get knocked out of the semifinals in girls. And then the drama with Gino and Dawn, which I don't blame Gino one bit. Your boys' team makes the national championship but comes up short. It sucks, but I mean, it's always next year. I mean, UConn won 5. They had their own like little dynasty. I know they were going after title number 6, but it was nice to see. And Michigan becoming the 3rd team this season in the Big Ten. So the Big Ten trying to make some SEC noise here, if you know what I mean. I'm going to stay on the men's real quick. I want to give a big congratulations to the NIT champions in men's basketball, the Auburn Tigers. Auburn beat Tulsa 92-86 in overtime. To be honest, I haven't kept up with the NIT. I don't usually watch it, but this looked like it was a hell of a game if it went into overtime. And at least the SEC got a championship they can claim for now. So big congrats to Auburn with a new head coach, by the way. In his first year, he took Auburn to the NIT championship. Man, I got him in the NCAA tournament, but he took him somewhere. So hats off to them. And then a big congrats. History was made on the women's side. UCLA wins their first ever national championship in women's basketball. I know the men have got a countless number of championships. This one goes to the women. First off, go back to the Final Four on Friday. UCLA advanced, beating Texas 51-44 to play South Carolina, who eliminated UConn 62-48. The championship game was on Easter Sunday. Man, this one was all UCLA. Dominant performance. They handled their business. First ever national championship for the women's basketball program. Congrats. Remember, LSU won their first one a couple years back. So, and anytime Dawn Staley gets defeated, you know, anybody in the SEC, especially LSU, got the approval of that. So 79-51 was the final for UCLA, winning their first national championship. So now that's 3 national championships the Big Ten has won this season. Indiana in football, Michigan in men's basketball, UCLA in women's basketball. Nice. Congrats to the Big Ten. But now get ready for the SEC to take over till the summer. Because I guarantee you, the SEC is going to win one in gymnastics. They're going to win one in softball. And they're definitely going to win one in baseball. It may not be LSU, but they got a lot of SEC teams hungry to get to Omaha or OKC. Or even got some in Fort Worth that want to win those. So big congrats. That's going to do the official wrap-up of college basketball till November. So mainly for the rest, till the time being, until football season's back again, it's mainly baseball on this show, especially MLB for the Astros, college baseball for LSU, McNeese, UL. You might hear me talk some arena football when the Beaumont Renegades get their season underway, which I think it's this weekend. Other than that, the other football I'm talking is the UFL. But speaking of Houston, let's get to some H-Town talk. Let's go to the 713, and we're going to immediately jump to the Houston Rockets, who the hottest team in H-Town right now. So let's take it to the 713 and get those lighters ready, because it'll be time to light the fuse. Let's go.
Taking out like a rocket. Light it up, light it up, light it up, light the fuse. Light it up, light it up, taking out like a rocket.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Light the Fuse, where we talk Houston Rockets basketball. And Rockets are ready to shoot to the moon right now, because they have now won, I think, 7 in a row. If I'm correct, let me count it real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 7 in a row They hot right now. So I'm excited. Talk this. Let's talk what happened since last week. Go back to Friday night. They beat the Utah Jazz in H-Town 140-106. Key numbers in this game. Kevin Durant led in the game with 25 points. Amin Thompson led in rebounds with 8. Reed Shepherd led in assists with 7. Then you go to Sunday night. They're on the road and play the Golden State Warriors. Get the win in a close, tight game. 117-116 was the final. Kevin Durant led in that game, 31 points. Jabari Smith Jr. led in rebounds with 9. KD also led in assists with 8, plus he had 3 turnovers. And then last night, they were on the road again, played the Phoenix Suns, got the win, big win, 119-105 to kind of lock in the Western side when we get to the playoffs. A couple numbers in this one. Kevin Durant led in that game with 24 points. Şengün led in rebounds with 14. And Amin Thompson led in assists with 8. So the Rockets now have just 3 regular season games until the postseason. Tomorrow night, they're back, and it's all 3 at home. They're going to close out the regular season with 3 games at home. They already closed out their last road game in Phoenix. They host the Sixers tomorrow night at 7. They host the Timberwolves Friday night at 8:30, and it's on Prime Video. And they close out the regular season at home with a division opponent like the Memphis Grizzlies. Judging by this, there's a possibility they can close out the regular season with 11 consecutive wins. Woo, get back.
Get back.
Get back!
Because I'm telling you, they are so hot right now. This team make me proud. They make me so proud. Well, I'm enjoying these Go Fish. Let's look at some current stat leaders with just 3 games remaining. See how we're doing. Kevin Durant, so far leading this season, 25.8 points per game. Şengün still leading in rebounds, assists, and blocks. Averaging 8.9 rebounds per game, 6.2 assists per game, and 1.1 block per game. And Reed Shepherd leading in steals this season still, averaging 1.5 steals per game. And kind of look at the standings right now, because the play-in don't start till the 14th. And I'm going to jump on the Western side real quick, because the West is officially locked in. 1 through 6 are in. Number 1 seed is the Thunder. 2 seed the Spurs. 3 seed is the Nuggets. 4th is the Lakers. 5th seed is the Rockets. And the 6th seed is the Timberwolves. While the play-in for the Western Conference is going to be Suns, Clippers, Trailblazers, and the Warriors. And Pels, Grizzlies, Mavericks, Kings, and the Jazz all been eliminated. Now, the Eastern side, I mean, so far, the top 4 have already clinched the playoffs. Number 1 seed is the Pistons, 2 is the Celtics, 3 is the Knicks, 4 is the Cavaliers. The only team that already clinched a play-in berth is the Chicago Bulls at the 10th seed. With the amount of games remaining, the Hawks, the Raptors, the Magic, the Sixers, and the Hornets all still fighting to either try and get those 2 high seeds, and while the other 3 would have to get put in play-in. 5th is Atlanta, 6th is Toronto. They can keep on winning. They got their spots locked in. And then it'd have to be the Magic, Sixers, and the Hornets playing in the play-in on the east side with the Miami Heat. That's what it's looking like right now. Not going to have no predictions yet, because I don't know who's going to have to play who. But I'll keep up with it next week when we get to that kind of talk next week. One more thing I want to bring up before I move down across H-Town. The Houston Rockets are getting a major renovation done at the Toyota Center. Nothing super major like Smoothie King's getting. Like Smoothie King, they're going to turn that whole arena into like a whole mega arena and shit. No, the Toyota Center, they're going to do a couple add-ons. I know they're going to make, like, I actually got some pictures on my share. They posted earlier today on social media. So they're getting a specific new entrance on one side of the arena where they're going to build, like, a freaking awesome atrium and a few bars and clubs in the venue. And this is what that entrance is going to look like, I think, on the southeast side of the Toyota Center. And, man, look how beautiful that shit looked. And this is what it's going to look like from a blimp shot they showed. So their usual spot is going to get like a major upgrade, like their major main entrance, which is on the southeast side of the Toyota Center. It's getting a major upgrade. Here's a shot of it at night. It looks pretty legit. They're building some new clubs and suites around the venue, but this is going to be the main attraction right here. With that main entrance, they're going to build what they call like an atrium or something for their main entrance. Here's one little shot of it. It looks freaking awesome. You got two massive jumbo screens that are going to show in the game. You got the like logo floating in the middle. You see it. It's a little blurry, but it says like Clutch City Bar. So they're building some new bars at this new atrium. New clubs. Like here's a clear shot of it. Like if you were getting out, it looks badass. Like I love every second of it of this. Hadn't even been to the Toyota Center in like probably in a decade, and I can't wait to go back one day. Hopefully, especially for Rockets games and stuff. But that's all I got for the Houston Rockets. You know what? I want to keep it positive because with what I got left in H-Town, it's not even going to be pretty. Let's go ahead and let's recap week 2 of the UFL, because at least there's one team in H-Town besides the Rockets that's satisfying me right now. Let's quickly run down last week's week 2 results before I move further. The Defenders beat the Aviators 44-26. The Storm beat the Kings 19-9. So the Orlando Storm become the first team in the UFL to be 2-0. From last night, the Renegades give the Battlehawks an ass whooping in their first loss. 31-15 was the final, which makes them also an undefeated team. So Orlando and Dallas are the only undefeated teams in the UFL, while Columbus and Louisville, the two new faces, are the only teams with a winless record. Everybody else, everybody else is now 1-1, including your Houston Gamblers, who shocked the entire UFL world. They took down the big bad powerhouse Birmingham Stallions. What a game that was. Their best performance all season. They won 22-20, heads off to the kicker. Hell of a game. 1-2 boogie, Shorty George.
Give me 1-2 boogie and Shorty George. Shorty George.
Couple numbers in this game. Nolan Henderson started at quarterback. He went 15 for 23, 148 total passing yards. Hunter Deckers did get some playing time. He went 7 for 12, 48 passing yards. Jalen White led in rushing, 26 carries for 82 yards and a touchdown, while Marcus Yarns went 10 carries for 54 yards. DeAndre Kirkland led in receiving, 5 catches for 85 yards. Justin Hall had 4 for 59. Cam Sutton had 5 for 44. 173 total rushing yards, 234 total receiving for that offense. While on the defense, 45 total tackles, 31 solo, 1 sack, 4 tackles for a loss, 2 interceptions, and 3 broken up passes. Defense played 10 times better. Never bet again. Never, always bet on black. It's H-Town rolled, got their first win, and we rolling, baby. I got Bobby by the pound, Whitney by the key, DJ Screw by the gallon. Bitch, the game belong to me. Oh, we rolling into week 3, baby. Gonna be a tough challenge, too. Now I got to go take on the DC Defenders on the road in DC. Let's go ahead and predict week 3 real fast. Friday night, we got the Storm and the Kings. Storm going to go 3-0. 7 p.m. on Fox if you want to tune in. Saturday, the only game, and it's an early start time. Gamblers, Defenders, 11 a.m. on ESPN. Man, let's go, H-Town. Let's go get another win and make it 2-1. Sunday, you get a doubleheader. Sunday at 11, you got the Columbus Aviators at the Dallas Renegades. Hurts my heart, but watch Dallas is going to go 3-0. And to wrap up Sunday, Stallions and the Battlehawks. It's in St. Louis. The blue wall's going to be rocking. I'm about to go with the Bowhawks to beat Birmingham Stallions. This ain't the same Stallions team we've seen in the USFL. So that does it for the UFL talk. Now I can go ahead and just get my rants out for these next two. We'll start with the Houston Astros because I don't know what the fuck is going on. We'll get here and do some Astros talk real fast. Not looking good right now, especially on the pitching side. Well, go back to this past weekend. They played a division series with the I said it again, the Athletics. You can call them Sacramento if you want, Vegas. 3-game series with the Athletics. Athletics won the series. We lost game 1 11-4. We took game 2 11-0, got the win there, and dropped game 3 in the extra innings 12-10. I don't know what the fuck's going on with this team. We're already dealing with some shit because our ace is out with Hunter Brown is going to be out a minimum of 15 days, possibly more, after he suffered a grade 2 right shoulder strain, which usually, like, there was a report about he had some discomfort when he was doing a throwing session on Friday, 3 days after he allowed only a 1 hit over 6 innings in a 9-2 victory over the Red Sox. Now, it's not career ending. He'll eventually be coming back, but it might not be till the end of the month. Possibly within, I'll give it 2 weeks. Hopefully probably by the 21st, I could see him maybe coming back. But it's gonna change that rotation up in a bit because, you know, he was our ace rotating with Mike Burrows, Christian Javier, Tatsuya Imai, and Lance McCullers Jr. Someone maybe like a Steve Okert or something, or a Brayu, they're gonna have to step in until we get our ace back. But against the A's, the hitting team, 25 runs, 35 hits, 9 doubles, 5 home runs, 25 RBIs, 59 total bases, 29 walks, struck out 26 times, 2 stolen bases. Their batting average against the A's was .313. Their OBP was .451. Their sluggage percentage was .527, and their OPS was .978. While the pitching crew, they have allowed 34 hits, 22 errors, 4 home runs, 19 walks. They struck out 25 batters, and their ERA was 7.62 against the A's. With the starters, Christian Javier in just 3.2 innings against the A's, 6 hits, 6 errors, 5 walks, and 2 strikeouts. His ERA was 14.73, not good at all. Tatsuya Imai in just his second start was way better than compared to his debut against the Red Sox. 5.2 not against the Red Sox, against the Angels. 5.2 innings, 3 hits, no errors, 3 walks, and 9 strikeouts against the A's. A lot better than his debut against the Angels. And Lance McCullers, in just 4 innings, he allowed 5 hits, 3 errors, 3 walks, and he had 4 strikeouts with his ERA at 6.75. Only 2 home runs, courtesy of Christian Walker. Well, he led in home runs. There were 4 against the A's, but he had the most. He had 2 against the A's. And then the last couple of days has been rough. They got swept. The first time this season they got swept. And you lose to a shit team like the Colorado Rockies. I don't know what the hell is going on. But it's like ever since Hunter Brown got hurt, the pitching crew has been shit. I don't even have the full numbers yet. They ain't even posted it yet. But they lost 9-7 in game 1, 5-1 game 2, and earlier today they got beat pretty bad 9-1 against the damn Rockies. I don't know if this is the current stats after the third loss to the Rockies, but as of right now, here's some team leaders with what I'm seeing. Christian Walker leads in batting average. His average is .340. Yordan Alvarez leads in home runs this season with 4. Christian Walker also leads in RBIs with 13 and 17 hits this season, the most than any other batter. Plus, Yordan Alvarez leads in his OBP at .500. So it's basically Christian Walker and Yordan Alvarez across the board there. But hopefully they can keep on. The bats can keep getting hot and they can make this team better. Well, coming up, we got a 4-game series with the Seattle Mariners. They get an off day tomorrow. They go to Seattle. 4-game series, and shit, I hate when we go to Seattle. Altuve's about to get some shit. I can't stand those fans. But first day, we got Tetsuya Imai on the mound. So it looks like he's going to probably be our ace guy till we get Hunter Brown back. He's going to be on the mound against Emerson Hancock, who is 1-1 as a starter this season. His ERA is a little better, 0.71. Saturday's pitcher battle, we get Lance McCullers Jr. versus Luis Castillo. Ooh, that's going to be a good one. That's probably why Seattle's a favorite on Saturday. We're favored on Friday, which is a good sign. Sunday's matchup, it's undecided. Who's going to pitch against Logan Gilbert? Man, I'd put Abreu on the mound. I'd put Abreu for that day. And then on Monday, April 13th, it's Mike Burrows against George Kirby. So that's your pitching matchups this weekend against the Seattle Mariners. And that'll conclude my talk for the Houston Astros. And get well soon, Hunter. We'll see you soon. All right. And then my final wrap-up for H-Town. Let's go ahead and – oh, shit. Let's talk the fucking Houston Dynamo here. I don't know what's up with this team. Okay, should I tell you this club? They can't beat this one particular soccer club. When I saw them play this matchup twice, they lost both times in the fucking last second. Seemed like that all over again with this one. They fall 1-0 to the Sounders. That now puts the Dynamo 10th in the West. Their record now is 2 wins, 0 draws, and 3 losses. Against the Sounders, they had a 44.9% possession, 3 shots on goal, 13 shot attempts, 5 fouls, 1 yellow card, 9 corner kicks, and 1 save. They just cannot play. I can't play fucking defense. And what's next for the Dynamo? In MLS play, because supposedly they're going to be playing El Paso next week in a round of 32 for something. I don't even remember what it's for. They go to Colorado Saturday to play the Rapids. Where's Colorado stand right now? 8th. Pretty even matchup. 3-0-3. Maybe they can get in their winning ways, because despite win or lose or draw, don't matter who it is. Astros, Rockets, Dynamo, the Gamblers, the Texans, the Cougs. It don't matter who it is. Win or lose or draw. I'm so Houston.
I'm so Houston.
That will wrap up H-Town talk, folks. Let's go across I-10. Let's take it to the 337 and look at some baseball updates and whatnot for Magnus UL and LSUE. So, and some other stuff. Let's go ahead and take it to the 337. All right, now that we're in the 337, before I get to the Magnus baseball and softball talk, I want to bring up some Magnus basketball stuff real quick, which I know a lot of change is coming, especially on both sides. Well, first, I want to give a shout out. I know I haven't really talked about them all season, but the Magnus Cowgirls, they had a historic season themselves, winning Southland Conference regular season, but didn't win the tournament. Well, I know there's going to be some changes themselves because whoever their coach was, she took a big coaching job. She's now going to the University of Georgia. So you're going to see a different change on the Magnus basketball sideline. But I know they just picked up a new coach. They picked up Coach Feldhaus, Ashton Feldhaus from Morehead State. I think she's going to do a great job. So welcome to Lake Charles. Welcome to the 337. Welcome to Cowgirl Country. Can't wait to meet this woman. She's going to be fantastic. Now, on the boys' side, I feel like it's the end of an era. When Will Wade was down here, he turned this program around, winning 3 straight Southland Conference tournaments, bringing them to the NCAA tournament. 2 years at McNeese, and then our current coach Bill Armstrong even brought them to the big dance. But it's like, I don't know. Now that Will Wade's coming back to Baton Rouge at LSU, are we going to see some former players make their way there? Because I know a big change is coming. I feel like it's the end of an era, but hopefully I can be wrong and they can improve and get better. But there's going to be a lot of people that are going to have to step up. 4 of their 5 starters are entering the transfer portal. Larry Johnson for the second time, Tyson Archie, Garway Duel, Jacob Fritz, and Cole are all entering the transfer portal. Tyson Archie might end up at LSU. I don't know where Larry Johnson's going to end up. I know he started at Creighton, then he came to McNeese. He's back in the portal. But, hey, to these 4 guys, thank you for everything you did for McNeese. Larry Johnson was one of our main guys coming out of Creighton. He was a baller. It was a pleasure meeting him, talking with him. Same with Tyson Archie, another good guy. Send my best of luck to you 4 and your basketball careers. Hopefully y'all get to the NBA. But McNeese is going to have a big step, got a big hole to crawl out of. If you want to say they're in rebuilding season now. Meanwhile, let's go ahead and do some McNeese baseball and softball talk real quick. Let's quickly run these down. McNeese baseball currently 17-16 overall of the season, 7-8 in the Southland Conference, 9-11 at the Geaux, 8-5 on the road here. This past weekend, they went to New Orleans, lost the series. They took the first game 4-3 in 11 innings, but dropped their second game 5-2, and Saturday they went into 13 innings and fell 10-9. They did pick back up. They went to Grambling, got the win over there 4-1. Their game today versus Dillard University was canceled, so they're not going to be back in action again until this weekend. They're back at the show, welcoming in Incarnate Word, Southland Conference matchup. Friday at 6, Saturday at 2, and Sunday at 1. And then Tuesday, they play Grambling again, this time at the Geaux. While McNeese softball is currently 23-16, 7-8 in the Southland Conference. Sadly, they're on a 3-game losing streak, 16-8 at home, 6-7 on the road. Their last series, they got swept by Southeastern, 4-0 in game 1, 10-5 in game 2, and 4-0 in game 3. They're currently playing Texas A&M right now. I'm going to see if I can get an update on that. While I look that up, I can tell you this weekend they're going to head out to Corpus for a 3-game conference series against Texas A&M Corpus Christi. McNeese softball. Oh, shit. They got their ass whooped. They lost 11-1 to the Aggies. I figured that shit. That's your McNeese baseball and softball update. Let's look at some baseball across Southwest Louisiana. We'll start with the Raging Cajuns, who are currently 19-14. Overall, 4-8 in the Sun Belt. They're now on a 3-game losing streak. They're 14-6 at the Teague, 5-8 on the road. Well, this past weekend, they took on James Madison this past weekend. They won the first game 5-4, but then they dropped the next 2, losing that series. They lost 6-5 in 11 innings and 5-1 in the final game. And then they played Southeastern last night. Oh, no, not last night. Earlier today. Game just ended, and they lost 7-6. So what's next for the Cajuns? Well, they're back at the Teague. They welcome in Southern Miss, who are they ranked in the top 25? Are they a 10th seed? Holy crap. Oh, they're going to get there. Oh, they might get swept. 6 p.m. on Friday, 2 p.m. on Saturday, 1 o'clock on Sunday. I wouldn't be surprised if they get swept. That's what they got this weekend. LSU Eunice might be the best team in the state right now in baseball. They're 28-7, which is not a bad record. They're 6-2 in their conference, 23-4 at Cajun Prairie, and they're 5-3 on the road. But this past weekend, they split a series with their other rivals, Delgado Community College. They got shut out in their first game 10-0. How in the shit you lose to them like that? But you got the second win. You won 6-2. You won 5-3 in that doubleheader on Friday. Saturday, you lost 4-1. But you're back at home this weekend for a 4-game series with Nunez Community College. They'll play a game at 7 on Friday. They're going to play a doubleheader Saturday at 2 p.m. and 5 p.m. and then Sunday at 1 p.m. You know what? I haven't been to an LSU game since I was in college. I might have to try and watch this in person. And then Tuesday, they're at home hosting South Arkansas Tuesday. I might have to go watch this. I want to see where Nunez is from, but maybe they can get back in their winning ways. Nunez Community College is. Wait, they're in Louisiana? They're in Chalmette? When was this? Oh, they should blow them out the fucking water then. It's like up the road for them. Oh yeah. I'm gonna have to go check this out. LSUE and Nunez. And Nunez right there by him. So I bet you Nunez and Delgado gotta be a rivalry. That I might add, but that's all the talking baseball in Southwest Louisiana. Oh, and I got one more set of baseball to talk in, man. This is where the rants are going to come. So that being said, let's go ahead and take it to Tigerland. Let's go to the 225 and talk LSU, shall we? All right, now that we're in the 225, let's get this shit out of the way. LSU baseball, we'll start with y'all. You finally get back in your winning ways. You're back in the top 25 just for a damn cup of coffee. First, you beat Tennessee. You win the series 2-1, but you won the first game 7-5. Cool. You dropped the second game 4-1 where you played like shit. And then you damn near gave me a fucking heart attack on Easter Sunday. You were trailing 5-0 and ended up winning the game 16-12. Hallelujah. While you were a 22 seed against Tennessee in this series, you had 24 runs, 30 hits, 2 doubles, 1 triple, 11 home runs, 23 RBIs, 9 walks. You were hit by a pitch 30 times, but you struck out 30 times. Well, 3 times you were hit by a pitch. The pitching crew allowed 17 hits, 15 runs, 8 errors, 14 walks. They struck out 31 batters. They've allowed 2 doubles and 5 home runs, and their ERA was 2.67. A little better, but could have did much better. And don't get me started about last night. Really? Not only did you lost 10-7, you lost 10-7 to fucking Bethune-Cookman. Did I say the shit right? Why you cannot beat these small-ass schools? You should be easily running these guys over, but you fucking lose to Bethune-fucking-Cookman?
You bunch of losers! You're working with a professional here!
Because of that, it drops you to 26-13, and it's possibly going to knock you out of the top 25. Here's some current numbers as of right now after that loss to Bethune-Cookman. Batting in the last 34 games, you've had so far this season 294 runs, 326 hits, 58 doubles, 6 triples, 57 home runs, 256 RBIs, 567 total bases. Your sluggish percentage is .500. Thumbs up there. 208 walks. You've been hit by a pitch 58 times. You struck out 257 fucking times. You grounded into double play 22 times. Your on-base percentage is .419. You hit 14 sacrifice flies, 7 sacrifice hits so far this season. Pitching crew. Oh, man. You guys ready for this shit? In 34 games? So, they've allowed 237 hits, 179 runs, 150 errors, 157 walks, struck out 408 batters. They've allowed 41 doubles, 2 triples, 25 home runs. Their opponents' batting average against us is .215. They threw 47 wild pitches. They hit 47 batters. You had 1 balk and allowed 14 sacrifice flies and allowed 6 sacrifice hits. We have got to fucking do better than this shit. The batting side is great. We can hit the damn ball. I don't know what the fuck is up with the pitching crew lately, but goddamn, we got to fix this shit. We got Ole Miss this weekend, which one of my homeboys who knows his baseball really well heard through the grapevine Ole Miss is not good this year and their coach might get fired. Well, I hope so. We need this. We need a sweep in Oxford. And another way to put 2 middle fingers to Ole Miss going into the week 3 matchup in football after stealing their coach. 6:30 on Friday, 4 p.m. on Saturday, 1:30 on Sunday. Have no idea if they will be televised on national TV or not. Probably 1 out of the 3 or 2 out of the 3, maybe. But I digress. They've been so bad, they don't want to fucking watch us. Meanwhile, softball, 26-13, 6-9 in the SEC, 19-4, 6 at home, 6-5 on the road. What's next for let's see what happened this past weekend for them. They took on Missouri. They won the series, but they won 2 out of 3. They won Thursday 9-1. Friday they got the win 16-4, but they dropped Saturday's game 1-0. And not going to complain too much about that. But they picked up a win on Tuesday against Central Arkansas 9-1. They're still currently in the top 25. They're number 21 in the country. We got a good battle here this weekend. They welcome Arizona, 21 versus 12. 6 p.m. Friday, 5 p.m. on Saturday, and that's the teal game where they wear their teal jerseys. Sunday at 11 a.m., and then Tuesday they go to Lafayette to play the Raging Cajuns. That's what's next for Betts Tigers. Hopefully they can keep on winning. Oh, and by the way, LSU baseball 6-6 in the SEC. But that's all I got on the baseball and softball talk. Let's go ahead and jump to the 504 and do a quick recap of the Pelicans season with what they got left and take flight. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and take to the 504. Ladies and gentlemen, I didn't even put the back overlay yet. All right, this is Take Flight, where we talk New Orleans Pelicans basketball while we're in the 504. So far, since last week, the Pelicans have played 3 games and, 4 games. One out of 4. Well, they had quite a bit of a road trip this past weekend. They went to Portland, fell to the Trailblazers, 118-106. In this one, let's see some numbers in that game. Jeremiah Fears led in that game with 21 points. Trey Murphy led in rebounds with 8. Derek Queen led in assists with 7 with 3 turnovers. Zion had 15 points, 1 rebound, 3 assists, and 2 turnovers against the Trailblazers. Then on Friday, they went to Sacramento to play the Kings. Got beat by one of the worst teams in the NBA, 117-113. Jeremiah Fears across the board here, led in everything. 28 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists, and 1 turnover. He led in everything. Zion, 13 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, and 4 turnovers. In that one, Trey Murphy had 13 points. Sadiq Bey, 20 points. Sunday, they were at home hosting the Magic. They fell 112-108, where Sadiq Bey led in points with 32. Yves Missy led in rebounds with 13, and Jeremiah Fears led in assists with 7. Against the Magic, Zion had 17 points, 7 rebounds, 2 assists, and 1 turnover against the Magic. But they played their final home game of the regular season last night against the Utah Jazz. Got a very much needed important win. 156-137 against the Jazz. Jeremiah Fears, 40 points in that game. Derek Queen led in rebounds and assists against the Jazz. 12 rebounds, 7 assists. Also, he had 7 turnovers against Utah. Zion didn't even play, which he's not hurt, but he sat a lot of his main guys out, like Herb Jones, Zion, Sadiq Bey, DeAndre Jordan didn't even play. That was coach's decision to bench them. So they can win without Zion if he ever would get hurt again, but I don't want him getting hurt. They got 2 games left for the regular season before they shut their doors for the 25-26 season. They're both on the road. They go to Boston to play the Celtics on Friday, and they close out regular season Sunday on the road against the Minnesota Timberwolves. And that'll wrap up for the Pels. They're currently 26-54 right now is their record. Current stat leaders before their season wraps up. Trey Murphy now leads in points this season, averaging 21.5 points per game. Derek Queen leads in rebounds, averaging 6.8 rebounds. Trey Murphy leading in assists, averaging 3.8 assists per game. Herb Jones leading in steals, averaging 1.6 steal per game. And Yves Missy leading in blocks this season, averaging 1.5 blocks per game. And that'll do the Pels talk. Real quick. Got a couple other things before we wrap this up. I want to get an update. I know, like I said, I know we got some arena football going on, and I said one team I'm going to follow on this show is the Beaumont Renegades, and their first, so it's going to be a team from the 409. It'll be a team from Texas. I ain't going to make no backdrop or anything like that. The only thing I will say is their season kicks off this Sunday. I don't know if this might be a road game. They go play the Oceanside Bombers, which I think it's they're from California. I want to say they are. So that's going to be another team you're going to hear on this show. Another team from Texas. If there's going to be any arena football team I'm going to cover until we get the Bayou Bucks in 2027, it's going to be the Beaumont Renegades, part of the Indoor Football League. They're from Oceanside, California, so yeah, they are from Cali. Well, they're part of AF. They're part of AF1. That's the league they're in. I don't even know what league the Bayou Bucks are going to be in, but yeah, first regular season game this Sunday, 7 p.m. against the Bombers. I'm gonna find a way to watch it. Maybe I can get some numbers for them. Their first home game won't be until the 18th against the Albany Firebirds, but I won't be watching that. I might try and go watch them on the 26th, which is our home game. They're gonna play the Bombers again. It'll be a home game. I'll get some more update on that. But there's one more thing I want to talk about. Man, I thought I had these damn images up. I'm gonna get them up again real quick. I'm gonna do a couple predictions before we get to the weekend. Oh shit! What did I say? Okay, here's one. All right, we got this coming up Saturday. We got our first prediction here. On Netflix, we get Tyson Fury versus Arslanbek Makhmudov. And it's going to be live in London, England at Tottenham Stadium. I think the last boxing fight I watched was when Jake Paul got his ass knocked out. But I can't find the fight card. Like, I mean, I may not know who's who fighting, but at least this is what we're mainly going to focus on right here. Tyson Fury versus That's what we're going to be predicting next is UFC 327. I just actually uploaded this shit up. All right, so the main event right here, Fury versus Makhmudov. It's obvious I'm going to pick Tyson Fury. I mean, yeah, they showed Makhmudov fighting a bear and shit. But I'm going with Tyson Fury. I'm going with the Gypsy King. Hopefully he can win by a knockout. Why do I feel like this fight could go into a unanimous decision? But that's just me. That's just my luck when it comes to boxing fights. Anytime I can't recall outside of Jake Paul this past December getting his ass knocked out. That was the last time I saw someone get knocked out like in the last 10 fucking years. Hopefully we can see a knockout here, but yeah, I'm going with Tyson Fury to win this one. And then Saturday night, following which on my wrestling side, yes, there's a wrestling pay-per-view I'm going to be watching. TNA Rebellion. I'm going to do my predictions Saturday on the Cage and Turnbuckle podcast. But we're going to go ahead and wrap up this show. We're going to predict UFC 327 live in Miami, Florida at the Acacia Center. 2 huge title fights, and this card is stacked. We're only going to predict the main card, but let me give you the lineup here. The early preliminary card that you can watch either on Paramount Plus or the UFC Fight Pass. We got Charles Rack versus Francisco Prado in the welterweight division. Kelvin Gastelum versus Vicente Luque in the middleweight class. Then from the lightweight, Chris Padilla versus Markel Medeiros. The preliminary card, which you can watch either on Paramount Plus or CBS. From the women's strawweight, Tatiana Suarez versus Lupe Godinez. From the welterweight, Kevin Holland versus Randy Brown. From the lightweight, Matuis Gamrot versus Esben Robovics. Did I say that shit right?
If one of y'all says some silly ass name, this whole class is going to feel my wrath.
And to wrap up the preliminary card from the featherweight, Patricio Pitbull versus Aaron Pico. All right, here's the main card we're going to predict. Starting off from the featherweight, we got Cube Swanson versus Nate Landwehr. He's the Cub, they call him, versus Nate. 18-7. Nate's 18-7. Cub is 30-14. Ooh. This can go either way, but you know what? I'm going to go with the Cub himself. I'm going with Cub Swanson over Nate Landwehr. Then from the light heavyweight division, we got Dominic Reyes versus Johnny Walker. Dominic is 15-5, where Johnny Walker is 22-9. This one can go either way. You know, I'm gonna probably go with Dominic Reyes here. I'm gonna go with Dominic Reyes. All right, then we got from the heavyweight side, we got. Am I predicting the right? Yeah, this is the right card. All right, from the heavyweight side, Curtis Blades versus Josh Hokick. Let's see. Curtis is 19-5. Josh is he's undefeated. He's 8-0. Will the streak continue? You know what? I'm gonna go with Josh. I'm gonna go with Josh to stay undefeated. Okay, so something don't seem right. It says there's supposed to be 2 title fights. Jerry Prochazka and Carlos Ulberg is the main event for the light heavyweight championship, but it shows Van and Taria for the flyweight, but I don't even see that on the card. I see Azamat Murzakanov versus Paulo Costa. Did they take Van and Taria off the card? Okay, so wait. I don't even see them on this card. I don't know why they're not, unless they pulled the fight off. Okay, so if they pulled the fight off, I would have probably took Taria to win the title. I'm gonna see if it got canceled. Okay, so I gotta know. Yes, so Joshua Van and Tatsurio Taira has been postponed to no, not postponed. They've been rescheduled due to an injury sustained by the champ. So Joshua Van suffered an injury. They did not cancel the fight. They rescheduled it for UFC 328 on May 9th in Newark, New Jersey. Okay, so that makes more sense. At least I get to predict that when next month comes. But if they were to fight this Saturday, I think we'd have crowned a new champion. So they replaced them with Azamat Murzakanov versus Paulo Costa. Azamat is 16-0. He's undefeated. Costa is 15-4. I might go with Costa to pull the upset and give him his first loss. So I'm going with Costa. And then our main event, you got the light heavyweight championship. The champion, Jiri Prochazka. I say right? Jiri Prochazka versus the challenger, Carlos Ulberg. Let's see. Prochazka is the current champion. He is 32-5 in the octagon. Ulberg is 13-1. Ooh, this is going to be good. This is a flip a coin here. I'm going to probably go with the champ to retain. I'm going to go with Prochazka to retain his title. But, man, it sucks we're not getting these 2 title fights the same night, but I get it. They rescheduled Van and Taria for the next one, which will be 328 in Newark. So that's going to wrap up this edition of On The Go. Thank y'all for tuning in. Hope you guys enjoy y'all's weekend. Be on the lookout. I got another live stream coming up this Saturday morning at 10 a.m. Myself and Rich, we're going to be back together. Rich is basically my co-host on live streams. He's got a little small part of my Cajun Turnbuckle podcast where it's mainly my shit. I'm always on the audio side bringing guesses, but anytime we have a live stream, you're going to always see me and Rich no matter what. So there you have it. Rich is the official co-host of the live stream chapter of the Cajun Turnbuckle podcast. And we're going to be back on this Saturday to predict TNA Rebellion. I'm going to get his takes on Tyson Fury versus Makhmudov. Might bring up 327 for him if he watches UFC, but that's going to wrap up tonight. Hope you guys enjoy y'all weekend. Enjoy y'all spring break. Peace, love, I'm out. I'll catch you guys if y'all can tune in Saturday. If not, I'll catch you guys next week. Next Wednesday, by the way, April 15th, I'm going to be back live. So see y'all then.